Welcome to Judge Raquel West's courtroom, where leniency meets the limits of the law. Today's case. A man with multiple DWIs standing at the crossroads between punishment and one last plea for redemption. But here's the question. When does a cry for help stop sounding like an excuse?
You're Alfredo Gayton, and Mr. Gayton was previously in court in cause number 25 DCCR 0184, entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated third or more, which was enhanced to a second-degree felony because of prior offenses. The agreement was for a cap of 14 years in prison. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, no more, Judge.
All right, Mr. Parker, you may proceed.
Just some of my client's knowledge.
That phrase cap of 14 years might sound like mercy, but it's not freedom. It's a ceiling. The defense is hoping the judge stops short of it. But in Texas, felony DWI is no small matter. The word enhanced means his prior crimes are now amplifying his punishment.
I've given the court and the prosecutor a letter of support from Frank Maida.
And I've received that and reviewed it as well.
And, Your Honor, from talking to this man, talking to people that have known him, he is a good person that's just an alcoholic. And I think he was, I think he was pretty honest in his PSI. He talks about drinking at the age of 11, then 14, and then get to the point where he drank, at least a 12-pack regularly. He drank tequila and Crown Royal regularly until the point where he passed out and could never get enough. He's had several DWIs in the past.
Drinking at 11? Let that sink in. This isn't just a criminal record, it's a lifetime pattern. By the time most kids were in middle school, he was already chasing the bottle. Addiction started young. And the system's trying to clean up what childhood neglect left behind.
He's never had any kind of help at all. And I think he is a prime candidate for SAFPF to get the help. He's had some periods where he's tried to do it on his own, and he was somewhat successful. He cuts grass for a living for several people here in Beaumont. He has the ability to make money if he's given the opportunity to be put on probation and go to the safety program. So he can do that. It looks like to me that the PSI is also in concurrence that he would benefit from safety. And I just think that's the best thing for him instead of just locking him up.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Ms. Malfino?
Judge, I think it goes without saying that he certainly could use the help of safety. I think it also has to go without saying that prior to the criminal history that cannot be ignored. Obviously, of course, we'll defer to whatever the court deems appropriate. I respect Mr. Maida's letter. I take him at his word. But it's just difficult for me to argue both ways because I think he needs the help, but I also think we have the criminal history to take into consideration.
Right. And again, I think most of his criminal history is just drinking, and so many people have got the opportunity and it's worked for him, and he, not from anybody's fault, he's never got that help, It's okay. Is there anything you want to tell the court?
That line hits hard. He's never got that help. This is where law and compassion collide. Everyone agrees he needs treatment. But should society risk another drunk driver on the road for the sake of giving him that chance? That's the moral tug of war happening right here.
They never teach me how to drinking. I always go for games. I'm always making this to trustee, and I'm working on the freeway. It's with Texas Department of Transportation, cleaning the roads, do anything, and disasters. Never give me a chance to stop.
But if you've gone to prison 3 prior times.
Yes, ma'am.
For DWIs. 3 times you've gone to prison. So this is your 4th felony DWI.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your... At some point, when you get out of prison, do you say, I need help and I'm going to get help for myself, instead of saying somebody else didn't help me?
I never had the chance. I have to look for work and
But I know, but you have people like lawyer,
yes.
Attorney Maida. You could have said, hey, I need some help. You know people that can help me. I don't want to go back to prison.
Well, finally this time I end up on the right city with the right people. Create a really good reputation. I met Mr. Maida, Dr. Suri, and a lot of good people, and they check my background, and Mr. Maida said my wife and me discussed, and we willing to give an opportunity. I've been working for them for years now.
You know, I just to make more clarity, I think that when he came here and he was working for the people around here, there were some things that he was doing, and he was not drinking. I don't remember the incident, but there was an episode where he started drinking again, and it was pretty close to the time frame. This wasn't the. I'm not saying this is the only time, but he had started drinking again, and I don't take it that he was blaming anybody for not giving him help. He just said he's never had that opportunity. And you know, when you're an alcoholic or a drug user or addicted to anything, it's easy for to say. It's the same thing with an abused woman. Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? Just learn.
But
Stop
if you,
drinking. And
but
it's hard. Yeah.
I don't disagree that it's hard.
And
But I also, if you'd never been to prison before,
right.
and if you hadn't had the wake up call of prison to say, I don't want to go back to prison. I need to figure out how to stop drinking. And then you get out and then you do it again. Well, I didn't figure that out. Let me go
Right.
do it again. Your blood alcohol was 0.257. You ran off the road. You could have, I mean, there's just too many times that I see now, unfortunately, people in here where we're looking at someone who is, has killed someone or hurt someone. And the fact that this is your
5.7. That's more than triple the legal limit. At that point, you're not just impaired, you're barely conscious. And yet he drove. The judge isn't just hearing numbers. She's picturing the lives that could have ended on that road.
7th DWI. It's your 7th. I don't disagree that you need help, but I don't feel like now's the time for... And I don't know what happened in those cases in Harris County and Bexar County. You know, if you were given an opportunity, at some point, I feel like there's opportunities for probation where people decide not to do that because sometimes doing a few years in prison is easier.
Well, I think
it's
some of
odd to me that there has not been a probation.
I think some of these he sat in jail and wasn't able to bond out, and it's one of those deals. We'll plead you to 2 years or 4. I don't remember the numbers, and so.
I mean, you got 12 years back in 2004. 12 years for your DWI, second felony DWI. Then you got another one after that, and for some reason, Bexar County said, well, let's give them less time. Let's give them 5. Let's reward them for continuing the wrong behavior. Anything else?
I mean, the same thing. I just see people that, I mean, it's, I concentrate solely on the fact that his criminal history is alcohol. And there are people that we've seen on their 4th or 5th that we've given safety to, or people that are on probation. People are on probation for DWI and they violate the terms of probation by drinking, and they come back before, all these courts, and several times we say, hey, let's give you safety, and I can make the same argument, you just went to court, I get it, but I don't get what people think. But I just think he's a prime candidate for safety, and he would benefit from it. He's a good person. He'll work. But I understand the court's position.
Yes, listen.
Yeah, sure.
I've been sober since that.
I'm sorry?
I've been sober since the accident. I moved to a small shed.
You've been sober since the accident?
I moved to a shed that is on the back of the property, Mr. Maida, and he said one condition, no drinking. and I respect that, and I've been doing exactly what he says. Because I know he's the only one of the few persons that believe in me, and he's given me a great opportunity. I know it's the chase of my
I can't
life.
slow down.
He said he's one of the only ones that will give him an opportunity. He knows he's serious about. He's allowed him to move on the back of his property in a little room, I think.
We even went to what they call a retreat. He asked me if we willing to go, and I said yes, sir. And we spent 3 days, and he's a great person. He's been helping me a lot.
So here's the thing.
This is the turning point, a glimmer of redemption. A friend takes him in, sets strict rules, gives him purpose. But the courtroom doesn't deal in trust. It deals in track records. The question hanging in the air, has he truly changed? Or is this just another chapter in a repeating story?
If I even were to consider, which I'm not sure why I'm even considering, but I might, giving you a probation, you would not drive ever a vehicle.
No, ma'am.
I mean, it would be part of your probation. So you're going to have to,
No, ma'am. I
ever.
haven't get a car.
Listen to her.
I mean, it would be a condition of your probation that you never drive the entire time that you're on my probation. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, if it would help the court, I'd be happy to, trying to get with the probation department and get with those other district attorney's office and see if there's ever been a probation on any of those cases that have been subsequently been violated.
I think they typically are listed in here that way. And so it doesn't appear that there ever has been one. I guess one of my dilemmas now is if I do consider probation, it would have to be a straight probation and only for the 10. And I lose that opportunity that I have today to give up to 14
Well, you could
years.
possibly, one thing we could possibly do is sentence him to 10 over 10, give him 180 days up front and hold that in abeyance as a condition. I mean, which just extends it more. I mean,
Nah,
okay.
I don't know that it really extends the time. It just gives them time,
Right.
potentially.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Gayton. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of driving while intoxicated. I'm going to give you an opportunity today that you have not had, but there's going to be some conditions on this probation, and you will be on 0 tolerance. And what that means is that